Whigs and Tories, American Revolution. This is a game set at the height of the American Revolution, of course, but it offers players the opportunity to relive historically accurate soldiering from this era. You'll be able to play as the British, the militia, the Loyalists, the Hessians, and indeed even the French. Now, this was before I gained quite a few subscribers, so many of you might not remember this, but I did an interview with the developers of Whigs and Tories. Now, this is a new and upcoming game made by a small development team called Radio Silence Entertainment, or RSC. Now, I've been in contact with the developers for quite some time. As I said, I've done an interview with them in the past, and I have known the lead developer for a long time. In fact, he was the leader of my first ever Mountain Blade Napoleonic Wars regiment that I was in when I was but a simple 13, 14-year-old. Oh god, that was a long time ago. But what is Whigs and Tories? Is this any different to any other games? Now, if I was going to base it on a game that is out at the moment to give you a good idea, think about Hold Fast Nations of War, but set in a completely different time era, of course. This is the American Revolution. Muskets are still a big thing, but this is going to be playable out in a different way. Not only have we got these line battles that are going to be set, but this is focused towards more of a hardened veteran group of players, not for the casual Mountain Blade Napoleonic Wars guys. This is going to be a more hardcore line battle simulation game. Not only will you be fighting against other players, but against AI as well, in terms, of course, with the game modes. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do just players, a bit like you can do in Mountain Blade Napoleonic Wars line battles, but there will be AI game modes, such as a commander mode and things like that. But not only will there be players there, if you want to shoot a few wildlife, that is also in the game for you. Although, let's make sure we keep that on the down low because, you know, we might get demonetized on YouTube if I talk about shooting deer in the face. You have all the regular things like line infantry in the game, things like NCOs, ensigns carrying the flag into battle, and sappers, of course, on the battlefield, being able to manipulate and construct things that will change the course of the line battle as it goes on. Now, they are planning to do some pretty large-scale line battles in here as well. This isn't going to be your small incy-wincy-beanie line battle game. At the moment, they're planning on getting at least 200 players in a game, but it's going to be plus that more likely in the end. Of course, it's way too early to have a solid number on that, but we do know from the dev blogs that they're aiming for 200 plus, so that is definitely going to be something that they're going to be trying to do. But like I said earlier, apart from players, you can also expect wildlife and AI in the games as well. Now, one of the questions asked on a dev blog, which I thought was quite interesting, and I'm sure a lot of you will want to know about, is what about the variety? What kind of regiments or troops and things will you expect to see in the game? And this is the answer given. There will be a selection of units playable for the period. We've planned to have more than 10 line infantry regiments per side, and this does not include militia, loyalists, rangers, or miscellaneous things, so expect a lot. In regards to variety, at release, you can expect things like artillery, line infantry, light infantry, militia, and rifles, and things like that. But Whigs and Tories aims to be a line battle game focused mainly on the infantry. I think that's talking about rather than the cavalry side of it as well. Many people don't know too much about the American Revolution, so this is a game that I think will help people really get into it. But from gameplay, I can see the amount of work that's been put into this game. When I first heard about it a good few months ago, might have nearly be a year ago now, I'll have to check back when that video was actually put out. Okay, so I've just had a quick look on my channel, and actually that video went up 9 months ago. Standalone line battle game, Whigs and Tories, American Revolution, exclusive developer interview. That video didn't do too well, but nevertheless, I definitely recommend you guys going and checking that game back out, that video, since I think this game has so much potential. I forgot about it for quite a while, but then Marks just sent me this gameplay trailer, or some of the gameplay from the video, and I was blown away by how far this game had come, and it looks absolutely amazing. To see the graphics and things are on point, it really looks realistic towards the time era, and I feel like this steps apart from games like Hold Fast. It is just a different, complete time era and setting. Hold fast, you've got very much wars around Europe, but of course we're going more into the barren landscapes of America. And yes, that could mean for some very different gameplay types. And the thing that I just love so much is the wildlife. The shooting deers with muskets and elks with muskets just seems like the satisfying thing that I think a man needs to do in his pastime. I don't know about you, but that's definitely something that I would like to dig my phalanges into. So when will you get to play this game if you're interested in it? Well, there is plans for an alpha to be released in the next month, which I think is good, and I definitely hopefully will be able to get some gameplay up for you guys, and then you can make more decisions on it whether that's something you want to get into. If you want to get into this alpha though straight away, if you've had a look at this gameplay and you think that is the game for me, I definitely recommend you. There'll be a link in the description to the blog site, and from there you'll be able to donate and get into the alpha and things like that and all that good stuff. Now, I did talk to the developer a bit about alphas, because I'm sure a lot of you will be thinking, an historical game with an early access alpha, that's not going to last very long. Well, yeah, that's what I thought straight away, but I've been talking to him and he seems to have a pretty good plan on how this game is going to go. Of course, this is going to be a rather closed alpha, so they're not just going to take your money and then just run off with it like a lot of historical games have done in the past. Oh my god, kings and men. But fortunately, this looks like a pretty solid alpha, and I definitely recommend you guys go and check more information about this game. But other than that, guys, what do you think about Whigs and Tories? Is this a game that you're interested in? Are you more of a hardcore line battle guy, setting up your regiments? Yeah, the developer did tell me this isn't really for the casual players. I'm not 100% sure why at the moment, but I'm sure we'll find that out a bit later on. But other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit a like on it, and I'll be back with you with as much information as possible. But until then, I will see you in the next one.